What are the first things you ask when you get a call about a motorcycle accident?
So typically what happens when I get a call about a motorcycle accident, it's almost always from a loved one, a wife, spouse, sometimes a brother, sister, family member, and then a good percentage of the time, but less so from the rider themselves early on, because the rider themselves is in very serious condition in a hospital and are not necessarily in a place to be talking to me. So usually it's somebody that's calling first on their behalf. And one of the first things I ask is he going to be okay? And usually it's a he. There's no way around it. We have had plenty of female clients over the years, but unfortunately it's generally a guy who's gone down. And then from there, what we do is we sort of triage with the client or with the person that's calling of walking them through, okay, it's most likely going to be okay. Here's the things that you're going to need to know. Here's the things that's early days that I want you to do, regardless of whether you hire me or hire a lawyer, things that are really important for their long-term recovery. Forget about the financial recovery. Just on the medical recovery, I think is first and foremost in my mind when we first start talking to clients early on. And the first and one of the most important things is uh, be there with your loved one. Be there with them in the hospital, taking notes, asking questions, following up, making sure that you know what's going on. If you're not taking notes in the hospital and you're not figuring out what the questions are going to be in the future, then you don't know, because that doctor that's doing rounds in the orthopedic or the spine and the neurologist or whoever it is that's working with your loved one or with you in bed, is they've only got a few seconds with you. So if you're not asking the right questions, or at least asking them what they're doing, you may miss something, because they're trying their best under, tough situations to try to save your loved one or keep them going in different directions, whether it's extra surgeries or other things. It's just important to be with the loved one during that time. I think they get better care and better treatment at that stage. One of the next things that we talk about with loved ones, because it's always a question right off the bat, is who's going to pay for all this? Well, first and foremost, if you have health insurance, if you have Medicaid, if you have Medicare, if you have private insurance through your company, if you have your own private insurance through your health insurance, use that. That's crucially important to present that, whether it's through you, the injured rider, or your loved ones. Present that insurance to the different hospitals and the different care providers, because that's who's ultimately going to pay for a lot of the medical bills up front. And the reason we want that to happen is that in the big scheme of things, your health insurance, whether it's Medicare, Medicaid, or your own private insurance, they're going to have a right to get paid back some portion of what they spent to get you better. So I'd rather negotiate down from their negotiated rate. Let's say it's $100 bill, and but the health insurance only pays, let's say, $30 of that, or Medicaid pays $5 of that. I'd rather negotiate down from that paid amount by the health insurer than the billed amount at the higher amount. So always give that information. The hospitals sometimes don't want that insurance. They're going to want to try to get money out of some settlement someday. So early on, reinforcing the fact that, yes, use your health insurance, use it, because that's what it's there for. We worry about where the money's going to come from to pay all those things as we discuss the case further on, and try to figure out what insurance is available. What does the defendant have in insurance? What do they have as assets? We run background checks. We do a extensive review of all the potential buckets of insurance to help pay for all these things in the future.